Some people believe they have the power to hurt me, but that makes me smile because they have no knowledge of who I am. They are unaware of my thoughts and are unable to touch the things that truly belong to me. Life sometimes becomes complex and stressful, with countless problems to solve, differences to overcome with friends and family, challenges at work, and the need to take care of our health and finances. Dealing with all these issues can disturb our inner peace. However, learning to act as if none of this affects us is crucial. Staying calm is challenging, but we can do something about it. We can choose to act without being dominated by circumstances. In this video, I will explain why being different is so beneficial and how it helps us find more effective solutions to life's challenges. We would be grateful if you would start by showing your support with a like. Each time you do this, you signal to YouTube that you enjoyed what you watched. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the valuable content we have in store for you. Epictetus believed that freedom was the most essential aspect of life. If we allow external people or circumstances to control us, we lose our freedom. Learning to own our emotions is fundamental. If we allow someone to irritate us or steal our joy, that person will become our master, and we will be their slaves. Achieving freedom is significant because once we are independent of these factors, we can be free both externally and internally, no longer subject to the influence of passions. We must strive to free ourselves from external forces that wish to control us. Remember that you have the power to choose your behavior, just like Viktor Frankl, the Swiss psychiatrist who spent 3 years in a concentration camp and still demonstrated that no one can steal our freedom. We can choose our attitude towards any situation. Many contemporary psychologists claim that it is impossible to always feel happy in the face of difficult circumstances, but this is possible for those who have worked on themselves and practiced techniques that help to maintain calm, serenity, and joy in any circumstance. We are all capable of achieving levels of serenity in any situation, even if we initially don't feel it internally. It is possible to continue being ourselves, opting for an indifferent attitude. We can choose not to react and pretend that things don't affect us. According to Epictetus, you become what attracts your attention. He discovered that if we start acting a certain way or paying attention to something, we will eventually become that. At first, you may not feel this calm and tranquility, but over time you will feel it. William James, the father of American psychology, said that if you want to acquire a quality, behave as if you already had it. William James discovered that if you begin to believe that you possess a certain quality, that quality will eventually become yours, as long as you remain calm and are not affected by circumstances. The same principle aligns with experiential learning theory, which states that the higher the learning curve, the longer you should practice. Initially, you may decide that something is unaffected or irrelevant, but it is equally important to maintain control of your thoughts. This won't work if you decide something doesn't affect you and then lament or become upset about it in your thoughts. It's crucial to align your external behavior with a consistent internal thought pattern. For example, tell yourself that nothing affects you and nothing can affect you. Decide that no one will hurt you and you will not feel hurt. You have control over your thoughts, not external events. Understand this, and finding strength is quite simple. If you don't believe someone has offended you, you won't feel offended. Furthermore, for someone to offend you, they need to accept the offense. So if you start telling yourself that no one can hurt you and nothing can ruin your serenity, it will eventually become a fact. You will realize the power of this strategy if you can convince yourself outwardly that nothing affects you, and then convince yourself inwardly that nothing affects you. This way, you will become calm and immune to circumstances and what others say. Eventually, you will achieve true serenity, after which circumstances or people's behavior will no longer affect you. You will have the ability to maintain your calm and tranquility, and what happens when we try to remain calm in various areas of our lives will improve. You will notice a reduction in stress, as it is not the events themselves that upset us, but rather our reaction to them. Remember that your interpretation of the circumstances will also influence your level of ambivalence. If we learn to control our thoughts and behaviors, we will eventually be able to control our levels of ambivalence. If this happens, we will be freed from external influences and have control over our internal states. The search for freedom is an essential theme in Epictetus' philosophy. He believed that being truly free meant being independent of external circumstances and mastering our internal emotions. Freedom is not only linked to our external situation, but also to the way we interpret and react to the situations we face. Epictetus uses the example of Viktor Frankl to illustrate the importance of choosing our attitude in the face of adversity. Frankl, a Swiss psychiatrist who survived a concentration camp, demonstrated that even in the worst circumstances, we can maintain the freedom to choose our thoughts and attitudes. This inner freedom allows us to find meaning and purpose even in times of extreme suffering. Serenity is also a skill that we can develop. Epictetus suggests that we can practice emotional indifference by choosing to react to situations as if they do not affect us. Gradually, we become less susceptible to emotional disturbances. This practice does not deny the importance of dealing with emotions, but emphasizes the need not to be dominated by them. It is a journey that requires effort and patience, but the result is achieving true inner serenity. Epictetus highlights that, through this achievement, we can be free, regardless of external circumstances. Throughout the text, Epictetus emphasizes the importance of controlling our thoughts and behaviors, reminding us that we are responsible for our own reactions and emotions, and that we can choose how we feel about situations in life. Epictetus' philosophy can be a valuable source of wisdom to face everyday challenges and achieve a more peaceful and meaningful life. The practice of serenity, emotional indifference, and inner freedom can allow us to live in a more conscious, responsible, and resilient way. Thank you very much for following along. What did you think of this valuable lesson? Please let us know your opinion. If you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like to explore the paths of wisdom with us. Thank you and see you next time.